Good morning to the first day of summer 2017 managerial online accounting class. This is a quick video to give you an overview of the class and what to expect. Take the time to watch the video. It's going to explain where everything is. I have things in different places and different things, and so do so. Okay, so this is the home page, and I have the summer deadlines here, and we have separate them into units. And so each unit is 3 chapters. This first unit is due pretty quick because even though it's 3 chapters, there's not a lot covered in the chapter, especially chapter 3. I only have you cover specific pages, so it seems a lot, but it is not. If you notice that the notes, exercises, and actually the notes are actually not due to the exam date, so I need to adjust that a little bit. But the exercises, discussions, homework, and quizzes are all due on the 12th, and then 2 days later the exam is due. And that's because it's very, very important that you study for the exam, and we'll talk about that a little later. And so you'll see that in all of those. The notes are actually due all the day of the exam, so we'll talk about that as well. This is some information on the 8-week course, information on me, and then there's your link. You have to go through this link in order to register for Connect, and we will do so. Let me change this to student view, and we will go over that. Next is your content. And under the content, we have our syllabus. And here is your syllabus. You can print that and have it handy, or it's there. Here's your start here. And the introduction video that you're watching, if you need to watch it again. Online requirements, and that's just all the details of what we cover in online, which I also emailed that to you. Some student tips for Connect if you're not familiar with it. And then your introduction post that is due on Friday, June the 9th. Okay, and then your grade sheet. If you want to print your grade sheet out, check off your points for each unit and keep track of your points. It's there. And then our first unit. So I also, let's go here, have provided your I also have, sorry about that, have provided instructions for each unit. So there's detailed instructions for each unit if you click here, and they're all in one document. And it tells you in detail what to do. So let's just start with unit 1, that way you can know. Here, watch the introduction video, complete the welcome post, and then discussion 1 under the content or discussion tab. And then read chapter, review the PowerPoints, print chapter 1 notes, open chapter 1 video, notes, and connect. Watch the video, complete the notes, be sure to complete the little exercises at the end of the video. And then I have a complete the discussion post, decision making. It appears in Connect under the content tab or discussion tab. So those are the instructions. So let's go back to your table of contents. There's the welcome post that we've already talked about. And so if I go to unit 1, in here it says chapter 1 video notes. I give you these notes in PDF and in Word, so it just depends on what you have the capability of. And here are, so you are to complete these notes while watching the video in Connect. So let's go back to the home page and go to that link. So here is your link to McGraw-Hill. So you click on that, and then you want to say Connect. And it's going to take you to a registration page, as we have here. And so you should have a code that came with your book, and then you submit and you get in. Or if you have some issues, you can click on that on how to register. You can buy it if you don't have it, or you can start a courtesy access. So if you don't have the funds, and I think this is only a week access, so it doesn't give you a lot, but maybe even 2 weeks, but check it to make sure. And so you can do either way in order to get that access. So that's how you get into Connect. So once you get logged in, you should see our homepage. There's our book. And if you bought the book from the bookstore, your cover is going to look a little different, but make sure it's the 15th edition of Garrison. But this is what it's going to look like. And so you have Learn Smart, which is some, I like to say they're flashcards that kind of help you learn the content and ask you questions and you answer them. You can get 1 point extra credit for each of the chapters. There's 15 chapters, so the maximum points that you'll get is going to be 10 points. So you can do obviously all 15, or you can do 10 and get the maximum amount of points. They're very helpful. They're going to be helpful on the multiple choice part of the test. So just keep that in mind, that they're going to be helpful. So that is 10 points extra credit there. And as I kind of go through this video, I'm going to keep track of those extra credits. And so here's videos. You have videos for each chapter that they go over content. These are optional, no points, but they are very helpful, especially if you're struggling on a particular chapter, topics. Take the time to watch the video. Part of it is going to be watching some of these videos as part of my note taking. And then here's Unit 1. So Unit 1, once again, everything's due June the 12th. The exam is due the 14th. So when I click on that, if we go back, and I'm sorry, I have to go back to the main page here. If I go back to the notes and everything for Chapter 1, here's Chapter 1 notes. Let me click them again. And here they are right here from Connect. So I would go here, print those out, and then here's the video that goes along with that. And then I say go. And remember, these aren't worth points. The actual notes, completed notes that you submit to me are worth the points. And so you would click and watch the video.
In this chapter, we explain why managerial accounting is important to the future careers of all business students.
Sometimes you'll have
We
to
begin by
pause
answering
in
two
order to get everything
questions.
down.
One,
So just know
what is managerial
that
accounting?
is
And two,
the video. So you would do that. And then oftentimes, part of that video and those notes, it'll tell you to do some exercises. So note you have some exercises in Chapter 2 as far as that goes with the videos and things like that. And here's another extra credit, is to do this foundational exercise from Chapter 2, and it is worth 5 points extra credit. And so I have built an extra credit throughout the chapter, especially in the beginning, to get everybody going. Is what I did. Let me go back to the student view. Okay, so back to Unit 1. Okay, so here is your homework. So each unit has homework, and the homework is worth 20 points. This particular one has 5 questions, and you get 2 attempts to take it. And so then you have the quiz. The quiz is worth 25 points. This particular one has 10 questions, and you only get 1 attempt to take it. With the quiz, there's no time limit. There's true and false questions and problems. My goal here is for you to take the time and really look up and do all and answer everything. Take the time and really, really work on getting those 25 points, because the goal is, if you really spend the time with the quiz, it should help you with the exam. All right, exam 1 is worth 100 points. I give you 5 points extra credit in there, and you have 18 questions. It is timed. It is 90 minutes, so you got an hour and a half to take this exam. I believe I'm going to go ahead and give you 2 attempts on the first exam, just so that you can get an idea of how the exam goes. And let me just start the exam real quick. Notice that if you don't do it by the due date, you can submit it late, but it's going to be 15% reduction for each late day. So you have some time to get that done. If so, no need to email me. Here's the problem. I'm going to be quick because I don't want you to get that problem in there. But you just have blank space for you to type. Don't get caught up in formatting or whatever the case may be, because that'll kind of mess up your time. And so what you want to do is type in the answer, and every exam will have 2 to 3 problems. Let's go to the next one. There's another problem that, well, that's the multiple choice one, so that one may only have 1. So let me get out of here because I don't want to show you too many of the answers, too many of the problems for the exam. So each unit is set up that way. And so videos, you have some exercises. The exercises aren't worth any points because the exercises coincide with doing the notes. In the notes, it'll say stop and complete this exercise. These exercises are into the chapter problems. Definitely do them. You know, students get caught up on if they are not worth points, they don't do. But this is part of the learning, so that therefore when you get to the homework, it's not so difficult because you've had some practice in the exercises. Okay. And then here is some extra credit here on the orientation of working in Connect. And so that is 3 points extra credit. So we are up to 18 points extra credit here. So let's go back to here. I want to go back to view as a student. And so back in our content, just touching on the extra credit once again, the introduction post is worth 3 points extra credit. Okay, so every unit, every chapter is laid out that way. So here's your notes. There's that unit 1 decision making that I indicated you needed to do. Here's the notes. Chapter 2, if we go to the instructions real quick, and I'm almost done, that particular video is based off a video, that I have done. So here, read the chapter, review the PowerPoint, print chapter 2 notes, open chapter 2, video A and B. These are videos I made, briefly going over completed notes. Take the time to complete all the notes, yes, all 6 pages. You will have to pause the video to get all the notes. Then complete the notes. Exercises and Connect, that's what I was talking about. Go to the exercises and Connect, do those. They're in conjunction with the notes, and then do the chapter 2 foundational one, that's 5 points extra credit. So just real quick, if I go back to my content and I go to chapter 2, there's the notes, and then here's video A, and
this is a brief video over chapter 2, which is
the notes as you do that. A couple more things. So the discussions appear within the unit. Here we go. There's your Dropbox. Oh, let me go over that. So once again, at the end of each unit, when you take your exam, submit, and you can do, students lay those notes out. They take a picture of it. They submit that. Those who can scan and upload them as PDFs, they do that. Some students take the notes and type them in Word. To me, that is a little bit daunting to do. So I always suggest, honestly, that you print them, you handwrite them, and if you take a picture with your phone, you spread them out where I can see them. That works a lot. Some students upload 1 page, whatever it takes to get those notes in there so you can get those points. But there's your discussion when the discussion is due, and if you I'll show you also in the discussion tab, and there's your unit 2 notes. There's some helpful problem answers as you for that particular unit, and then just details. This is not the typical just read the chapter, take a quiz, take an exam, move on. You have to read the chapter, print the notes, watch a video, or maybe I'm gonna have you sometimes take notes from just reading the chapters. I'm gonna have you take notes from watching, looking at the PowerPoints. Every chapter includes you taking some type of notes. If you go to the discussion tab, your introduction post is worth 3 points. So that's another 3 points. So as you can see, we're already up to what, 20, that's 20 something points of extra credit. So if you don't do well on a test, extra credit. Every student should maximize these extra credit points. I put those in there because I know you may miss a quiz, or you may be, even if you're late on an exam, that's 15% lost points. But if you do the extra credit, it kind of compensates that. So I understand summer's hectic, so it's just important that you do those extra credit points. Also, I have extra credit here. I mean, not extra credit, I'm sorry, discussion here. If you have questions on D2L, Connect, or homework, you can post them there. I can answer them, or other students can answer. There's your first Unit 1 discussion. Make sure you're following the directions in the discussion. Take the time to read them. Take the time to read them. And you have a discussion for every unit. You have a discussion for every unit. I am over 15 minutes. I did not want to go over 15 minutes.